G'day guys, we're very lucky today. We've got Steve Smith at our Underwood store, so we're going to ask him a few questions and see how we're doing. So let me swap you around. Lots of people have joined us today, lucky GCCC members, but come in here where Steve's going to talk a little bit about his gear.
So one of the key things that happens is...
Excuse me while I get a better position. So this is for lucky GCCC members in Queensland who are part of cricketcentre.com members and signed up for the newsletter.
What he looks for in a New Balance bat.
Rightio. Firstly, thanks for coming, everyone. Me and my New Balance bat, the things that I sort of look for in a bat are quite a square toe. I don't like the traditional sort of rounded toe that I've just been told by Gary is on quite a lot of old bats. I like the toe really square. That makes it look really full and quite wide when I look down at it. So it gives me confidence, which is good. This bat's probably just scalloped out a little bit more than I'd normally use. My one's probably a little bit fuller than that. The edges are a very similar size to that. That'd be about right, isn't it? 40 mil. The new regs are 40 mil and 67 mil the spine, so that's pretty close to what I use. So I use around a 2.9 bat. Try to have as many grains as possible, but I'm not too fussy on that aspect. But I'm pretty fussy on my cricket bats and need them feeling really good and making sure that they get me in a good space to have the mindset to go out and score big runs. I guess the other thing is my handles. I've just recently started using cork handles. So this one's a rubber handle. The cork ones are a little bit stiffer, and a little bit lighter, so it enables you to just feel like the bat's a little bit lighter. So yeah, that's pretty much my cricket bat.
Thanks, Steve. Well, a lot of the things that we do with our bats is based on the player feedback. We've got a lot of international cricketers, and Steve is obviously the forefront, one of our key players, and he's not just Australian captain, he's one of our global ambassadors at New Balance. So the other part of our business, and we started the journey in cricket, it was about 5-6 years ago. It was based on footwear, and then we worked our way into equipment, and obviously we've come from a footwear background, but and it makes sense that we can compete in footwear and shoes. So I'm not so sure if anyone's aware of it, but again, you'll see in the video that's about to go on social media that Steve wears 2 cricket shoes, our 40-30, our CK10. So I might grab the shoes and let him talk through why he does that and what he looks for in his cricket shoes.
Yeah, so these are my cricket shoes here. We'll start with this one. This is my batting shoe. I like it because it's primarily white. I'm a bit of a head case. I like looking down and things looking really clean, and this really does that. I like the fact that this bit here, the green bit here, is straight in the middle. Helps me line my feet up when I bat, as opposed to this one here, which I was batting in for a little while. As you can see, it's a bit off to the side, and I was having a bit of trouble knowing where my feet go, believe it or not. So yeah, this is my batting shoe. It's leather and what's this stuff called?
TPU mesh.
TPU mesh, there you go. Well done, Gary.
Thank you, Steve.
No worries. And yeah, so this is just a really nice white shoe, little bit of flair to it with the end and the colour back here, but when I look down it looks primarily white, which is what I like. So that's my batting shoe. The only other difference with this one, I usually wear that as a half spike as well when I bat. This one is my fielding shoe. I use the full spikes to field to get the maximum grip. It's all leather. It's another very white shoe, which I like. I think it looks very clean out on the cricket field. So yeah, pretty simple.
Just for all the young kids in particular, and the reason why we make different shoes is obviously for different parts on the field of play. And we have a lot of batsmen using that shoe. We also have a lot of spin bowlers using that shoe. And you find a lot of guys will just wear it particularly for the field too. So there's different reasons why they wear that. Where this particularly comes like an all-round type of shoe where you can use it for fast bowling, spin bowling, or fielding. So there are different reasons, and that's why also you have different price points at store level. All right, just briefly, we've got a week ahead of us, which is pretty important. So just talk us through your week's preparation and what's in store, mate, for you and your team.
So the next few days consist of meetings and a bit of planning on how we're going to attack the English. We'll have a batters meeting, a bowlers meeting, a team meeting, some psych sessions, just to try and get in a position to have our minds and our plans in place to go out and face the English next Thursday. We get stuck into our training on Monday. We have 3 days training prep. So Monday we normally do, it's called an individual session, so the players choose what they want to do essentially. So generally we'll have a gym session in the morning, and then all of the batters will generally have a hit. The bowlers probably won't, they might roll their arm over a little bit, bowl a little bit, and then we'll do a bit of a team fielding session. 2 days out from a game's our main session, which it's very much bat versus ball, so all our fast bowlers will be steaming in, and it's not very nice for us batters. They try and target us as much as possible, so it's always a tough session. That's our main one where we really go full tilt, and then the day before the game is usually an optional session, so a lot of our fast bowlers will rest up and make sure they're fresh and ready to go for the first ball on Thursday, and batters will usually go down and have a few throwdowns, a bit of a hit, maybe face some net bowlers, and just get themselves as prepared as they can be for the first ball on Thursday. So that's basically this week. A few other commitments in between with sponsors and different things. The Ashes build-up's always a lot bigger than any other test series, so we're all really excited and ready to get out there on Thursday for what is going to be an amazing series.
Well, you've played a lot of big matches over the last few years, in particular, World Cups, and now you're going to a big Ashes series. What sort of tricks do you think when you were younger, especially the kids here, that you think you'd pass on now that you know that you could have had when you were a little bit younger, a bit wiser early, that you'd learn?
I think just enjoy it. Don't try and overthink things too much. Even in the big games, I think I've learned over time that it's just another game of cricket, and if I put that extra pressure on myself, then there's every chance I'll go out and I'll fail. But if I just treat it as any other game and have the same routines and have the same mindset and go in and just make sure I'm doing the things that I know I do really well, not trying to change anything, then I hold myself in a good place, and whatever happens, I know I gave it my all. So yeah, just make sure you treat every game the same, and make sure that your head's in a good place. I think the game's probably 95% mental, so I guess when you get to the top level, you've done all the technical work, your skills are in a good place, and it's all about the mind. So making sure you're making really good decisions consistently, and I'd say that's what the best players around the world do. They make good decisions more often than anyone else. So yeah, it's about getting your mind in the right place.
All right, well, let's just lead on to the Ashes and we'll finish on that. So it starts here in the Gabba next week. It's a pretty important series ahead of us, and so what's your expectations, mate, of your team? And this is your first home series as a captain, so we wish you well, but what's your expectations of your team, mate?
No, it's a really exciting time. The team was picked today. I'm sure everyone's seen that announcement. There's some new faces in there. Young Cameron Bancroft, I'm really excited about. I think he's a good young kid. He's put the runs on the board the last couple of weeks, and he's coming in full of confidence. Unfortunately, Queensland's Matty Renshaw misses out, but he's a young kid and he's got a lot of talent, and I'm sure he's going to have a very bright future. Tim Payne is the wicketkeeper. He comes in, he provides something a little bit different. He's a terrific gloveman. He's got a lot of experience. He's played a lot of cricket now, and he's going to provide a lot to the team. And Sean Marsh obviously came back in at number 6 as well, so he's been amongst the runs the last couple of weeks. He's hitting the ball really well, and I think we've got a really good squad together. Our fast bowlers are bowling as well as they have. All 3 of them bowl with good pace and good aggression, and Nathan Lyon obviously, I think he's bowling as well as he's bowled as well. So we're in a really good place. The first test match is incredibly important for us. Brisbane for the Australian team has been a bit of a fortress for many years, and the first test match of a 5 test match series is always important to go well in. So we're going to have a good prep the next week, and we'll certainly be ready to go for that first test match. it's an incredibly exciting time for me in particular. This is my 5th Ashes series that I've been involved in, the first as captain, and I can't wait to lead the boys out into the field on Thursday. It's going to be an amazing experience.
Do we have any English people in the audience at all? Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to ask a question about the English. What do you think is the English team's strength, and how will you go about counteracting that possible strength?
I'd say probably they're 4 experienced players. I'll say Root, one of New Balance's own. Cook, you're welcome. Sorry for the plug. Cook, Broad and Anderson. I think they're probably their 4 biggest players, and if we can keep Cook and Root quiet with the bat and limit the wickets that Anderson and Broad take, then I think we'll go a long way to winning the series. But they've still got some quality players in their lineup, a few inexperienced batters, which we could hopefully get on top of. But they've got a good side, and we're going to have to be at our best.
Okay, well, you just mentioned Joe, and Joe Root's he's a New Balance head player, so he's captain of the England team. So from a business point of view, but in particular our brand, we've got 2 very high-profile captains out there competing against each other in the series. And have you had much to do with Joe at all, mate?
Only little bits and pieces when we play against each other. He's a terrific player. I think we play very differently. He's very sort of back foot dominant. Scores in different areas to me, but he knows his game really well. Last time he came out to Australia, he got dropped, so I think a few of the boys might remind him a little bit about that. So that'll be interesting come Thursday. But look, he's a quality player, and his game's gone to a new level, I think, over the last couple of years. But hopefully we can keep him quiet.
Well, maybe the idea is that Joe does okay, but we drop the team, mate. So, look, from behalf of everyone here in particular, thanks for coming. But I'm sure everyone at New Balance and everyone at Cricket Centre will wish Steve and the Australian cricket team all the best at the Ashes. So thanks very much for your time, and we're just going to pop inside, and there's an opportunity for some autographs and some self photos which are important these days. So thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Now, if you haven't checked in, just head to the right-hand side. You'll see me and a laptop. But first of all, if you've got a ticket number 1 to 10, if you want to move to the left-hand side of the shop, we can line up and we can get moving. If you've got a ticket after that, we'll call you out so you don't have to wait in line, and more than happy to mill about. So thank you very much, guys. And I very much appreciate you all coming, because the people here RSVP'd within 40 minutes, and it's pretty speedy. Hey, mate, you will, I will call you the black tickets at the end, all right? So it's all red tickets at the first and the black tickets at the end, but I think you guys will be okay. So I'll let you know. Oh, sorry there. Ooh, whose was that? That's all right, I'll take it. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Man, thank you so much for back there. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Have a good one.
You too, man.
So, guys, that ends our little live broadcast. I've got to get back to work, but thanks for joining us.